What is going on, guys? We are back with another video today, and we are in our relocation franchise on Madden 21. Of course, this is the slowest fantasy draft rebuild. So, of course, every single team, I mean, obviously there could be some weird ones where, like, you know, Mahomes still in the Chiefs or whatever it may be, but every team is going to be completely random. We don't know who's on what. I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but maybe check out the second channel, PKR Plays. Of course, been playing Spider-Man on there. You got a lot of different games. So if you're not, you're interested in other than just Madden, it would mean a ton to me because I like to make all types of videos, not just Madden, like here on the main channel. Check it out, PKR Plays. Even if you don't want to watch the videos, maybe sub, turn the damn bell off. It doesn't matter. If you don't, that's cool too. Let's get on, well, to the struggle, really. We have a 69 overall team. We have 57 players on the roster. And I will admit, there's an unlikely chance we play a lot of defense in preseason here because really the question marks are on offense. Is Mailata the new tight end for the team? He's the highest overall. Clearly he is. I don't know if they show like catching or anything. Obviously we aren't going to do it, but I'm just saying. Really on defense, the only thing I could see maybe a change on is corner or what's it called? DT. Brooks is star development, so he should play free safety. And then the other guy will be backup to everyone. Of course, the numbers might be all over the place, so maybe you guys are a huge Parham fan or a huge, let me think, a huge Parsons or a Holton Hill fan. If they're in, the numbers aren't to your liking, let me know in the comment section below, and we'll try to get that done right away. But of course, this is pretty much the projected defense. Offensively, don't know who the QB is. I would say King probably has the front runner here. He's they're all bad QBs, but he does have speed, which is something you can't teach. Dylan is likely the starting running back, but Ross, he could give him a run for his money. Young, semi, non-durable, but hopefully he can get something going there. Him, maybe Corey Clement. P. Ryan, probably unlikely. Wide receivers, we know Bush is going to take one spot, Colin Johnson the other, but number 3 is wide open. Tight end, probably Parham, but not guaranteed. And then obviously O-line is about as set in stone as you can get, outside of an injury. We might have some upgrades, speaking of, and I was like, oh, these guys suck, but these guys could be starters in the future. We're going to auto-sim them, though, because it's O-line. It doesn't really matter. Let's go, though, against the 85. Okay. A home opener, of course. It's not really the home opener, but it kind of is. These were the best looking color jerseys. I wanted to be the Bulldogs more than most teams. I really wanted the option. The problem is the one that has 2 different colored tops and bottoms is good, but the helmets are always really garbage. So, I mean, I'm liking the uniforms. They look kind of fresh. The front is a little weird up top, but it's good enough. And is that A.J. Dillon? Hopefully he can... could be a beast for us. Once again, a lot of players on offense. Definitely a question mark there. No guarantees. But, of course, King, definitely a guy that I'm hoping is the front runner. He will get these starting snaps, so he will have the brunt of the difficulty. He might even move up and down the roster in preseason, but I would expect him to come out as the starter for week 1. As we get the ball kicked and underway, of course, we will do a couple of snaps on defense. Nothing's guaranteed, but I don't expect to see anything pretty. I'm just going to say that. All right, Lamar Jackson looking, just too good for us to handle. If that means they had the 2nd overall pick, maybe even the 1st overall pick in the draft. David Montgomery, 10 times slower than their starting quarterback. Way to go. Those helmets are actually kind of annoying me a little bit, I'm going to be honest. I don't know if we have any other helmet options because, EA doesn't let you do anything with them. But here we go. A little bit darker than I would have expected for the tops. Inside, huge hit by Duval. Pumped up, but obviously still gaining, a decent bit of yards. Let's bring the blitz. Gilchrist, Parsons, both rookies. Boy, this team is talented. I mean, there's potential for sure, but man, this is going to be a long way to go. Of course, we didn't get it last video. We wanted 1,000 likes to upload on Monday, but hey, that was a still really close effort, over a 900. If we can get 750 likes, I know this is a lot to ask for. By tomorrow, we will upload another one. So once again, if it's like 5 or 6 in the morning and then we finally get the likes, sorry, but as long as we get them by like 2 or 3 a.m., I'll do it. We'll do another episode back to back here. But as of right now, I don't know what's planned. And Duval forcing the hit. This is going to be the enforcer. Always got to have a hit stick guy because of stuff like that. I just don't even show. No. I do not know who they have at all. So read option look on the first play. And he burns them. Of course, gets literally no help from his tackle, who is, there to take over. Of course, this could be our Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray type player. A.J. Dillon going to fight hard, gains about 2.5, 3. Once again, O-line, it's very hard to evaluate this team. Because at the end of the day, you're going to have to rely on your guys to get blocks and whatnot, and I just don't know if we can rely on them. To the tight end, who has to jump for it. Overthrown from short. Of course, it's a 4th and 2, so I'm willing to go for this. In theory, we have all the looks we want, but, there's going to have to be a quick throw. The pressure might get to him. Just take the shot. And Colin's going to have a chance. Of course, the ball is going to go straight up. Good throw, not a great play. And there, turnover on downs. Of course, unless, King absolutely crushes it here, probably going to start Kellen Mond next game and with the ones just to see what he can do. And that's a decent throw. It's overthrown. Once again, and not a great ball. However, you got to remember, we have a very slow squad. Look at this draft class. Lots of great players in that top 4 look. Starts to get a little bit worse as it goes down, but that's kind of how it goes. But doesn't mean that they're not players that can develop. Parham looks so big. It would be so sick to develop that, man. And inside, that should have been caught. I believe Doss just did not win it. And that's going to be another punt. Well, this time we're at least punting. And we'll see what he can do. The youngster Ross. And he's going to fall forward for a gain of about 3. I'm just going to say it here. We're trying to turn this franchise around, but boy, is this going to just be a rough season. It just will be. Bush on the run. And just nobody blocking there, but Bush is just going to use the speed. The reason we drafted him to the 21-yard line. Looks a little hurt, but obviously might have just been a rough landing. But speaking of utilizing the reasons we took these guys, come on, King. Read option time, and he's got another lane. And King is going to take it to the 42. Blake Cashman is injured. Definitely need to protect him as much as we can, which we just have not been doing. And A.J. Dillon's going to find some room. Switch hands. Gets the stiff arm. That's what I'm talking about. Big fella. That's good stuff. Make them think we're doing a read option. They'll hesitate. We're just going to hand it straight off. And we're going to get nothing. Dillon will fight. Breaks off 2 tacklers. But, of course, the third comes in to wrap him up. All right, this is the play that got us in trouble before. Can we really trust our guys to win routes? That's the issue we have. And that's a really good throw and catch. Colin Johnson really didn't trust his skills as much, so he kind of came back to the ball a little bit too much. But, hey, whatever works, works. 3rd and 2, not a bad drive at all. Got a little bit more ground attack in us this game, this drive, and Dillon might be short. They're going to give it to him. 1st and 10. Out route to Parham. Bush might be just like the best receiver on this team, of course, under pressure. There's a lot of quarterbacks in the league that are going to miss that throw. I'm just going to be honest. Of course, I'd like to see it get a little closer to the outside, and that's just vastly overthrown. Once again, under pressure, but geez, that is terribly thrown. All right, we're going to give King the rest of the first, but yeah, lots to be desired on this one. Quick throw out, and threw it a little early there. Surprised he actually was able to recover on that. That's just good coverage. I ain't even gonna lie. Not a bad throw. Coverage is insane. Justin Coleman with his 2nd pick. All right, not looking good out here in our first preseason game. Let's take that over the middle, and Keelan Doss with the first. Hurry up to the line. We got to take him. He's so huge. And he holds on. There's no way. The big 6'8" monster. What a play. Should we hand it off? Screw it. Ross is going to get the handoff. We got timeouts. They're still going to blitz that linebacker. Ross with a little slip off. Gains 5. I like the efforts from the running back as well. The running backs have been doing well. A lot of broken tackle attempts and just extra yard fighting. I think you take this to Parham and then leave the underneath to Mr. Bush. It's a perfect throw inside and a touchdown. So once again, shaky start for the offense, specifically in the passing game in this first half, but finishing off strong with a touchdown throw and catch. All right, here we go, Mr. Kellen Mond. Of course, any number changes can still be submitted. It's not too late. Maybe should have taken that. Mond, not slow himself, throwing on the run, and I'm going to be honest, it's an overthrow, but Bush has got to go for that. He has to go for that. And we're going to go deep again. Well, maybe not deep again, but that is dropped. A really good throw. Just unfortunately, just not an easy catch. Parkinson inside. Perfect throw and find. Throw and catch to Callaway, who's still not done. And Parkinson, of course, once again, under pressure. The center, Brewer, I believe, is now hurt. Of course, I believe he is a backup now for us, so not as big, but obviously don't want to have the depth hurt. 2nd and 10. They look like they're defending it, but I believe in the blocks. And we shouldn't have, but Ross, he tries. Almost slips it away. Brewer, he's fine, thankfully. 3rd and 8 now. Not a great look for us. Let's get a block from Corey Clement. Going to trust the out route, and it's dropped by Callaway. I really like the effort on that first throw and catch. This one, once again, the throw power is a little lacking there. We're going to punt it. Test out the punter as well. Why not? Preseason big for these special teamers as well. Could have a competition if they suck. Punt, not great. I would have liked to see a little bit better. Here we go with the run. Of course, we probably will see Dinucci in the 4th. Probably late in the 4th, though. Ross, not really much to go. I'm going to be honest with the way our offensive line is built, which is poorly. We're probably going to have to use Dylan just because we need that power. Speed isn't going to mean much when there's nowhere to go. Inside, we did have the tight end, but I feel like that was, safer. And the slow man himself, Humphrey. Not too slow enough to get that first, though. You can see why. He just looks so much better than everyone else out there. And once again, Kellen Mond, not the slowest guy himself. Can definitely run the read if he needs to. And speaking of, there he goes. He's going to slide, though. A little smarter decisions there on the run. Good stuff. Inside handoff, Corey Clement. Hasn't really gotten a great opportunity in this one. Tries to lower his shoulder. Can't. Gets 2. And hit as he's thrown almost immediately. Trying to take the shot to Callaway. Maybe should have taken B there. Back of the end zone and almost intercepted. What a freaking try. All right, Mr. Dinucci getting his shot. Bush is still in. Obviously, we've been filterating him. And there's just nobody open on that play. Offensive line is just getting gaped all day. Different lines, same results. All right, Dinucci. Could try to wait for that inside. Going to go to the running back, who is not going to catch it. A little high and a little late. Of course, that will be a punt already. And take the short shot to Scott. Let's give him a chance. Give Piron a shot. Best blocks of the night, and that speed is ruthlessly bad. That is brutal stuff. I don't know how you can start on a team with that kind of speed in a bad way. Dinucci using the legs. The guy has to jump over him. Gets the first. Not bad. See what he can do on this 2-minute drive. Dinucci not super fast, but fast enough. Read option. Prevalent with everyone on the team. And damn, Dinucci, if you would have beaten him, you would have obviously had green ahead. Parkinson over the middle. Trucks him in over down to the 21. 2-minute warning, of course. No chance to win, but we can try to act like this drive was for the win. Or for the tie, whatever you want to make, in your mind. Tell these quarterbacks the game is over all you want. They're still going to play this as seriously as possible. To the running back, and once again under pressure. Good job by the running back to get back into play to try and allow the quarterback to find him. Corey Clement, I believe it was. I couldn't tell. Screen pass from the 21-yard line. They are ready for this, and this is probably not going to go anywhere. He actually does find some room. Instead of going out of bounds, he stays in, but of course, clock not that big of a deal at this point. Feel good about Callaway on this one. in between, and that's going to be a touchdown. So King was the only quarterback to not have a touchdown, and can't lie, Dinucci looked pretty good. Of course, that will end the game, 31-17. Not the worst showing in the world, but obviously it's preseason. Like, relax, don't get super dramatic. But of course, it could have been worse. Obviously, could have been way worse. I will say King worries the hell out of me. Kellen Mond is going to get the start in this next game. As of right now, I give the nod to Kellen Mond. I'd give him the nod slightly. Slightly. If it was 100 points and I had to give it to each person, probably 35 for Mond, 30 for Dinucci, and the rest to King. But of course, the starters are a completely different beast, so obviously we'll have to see what happens when the depth chart scrolls around a little bit. 2 picks for Derek King, which is brutal. Dinucci statistically was the best, but also played the worst talent. Rushing was just bad no matter who it was in. Let's just be honest. O-line just is not going to be able to do much. Duvall, I mean, he did really well in that first game. Coleman, let's not talk about it. Let's move on to week 3. Of course, we already had week 1 played. That was just a, whatever game. It was a canceled game, I believe. Once again, a guy that we expect to be the projected starter. Vertical threat ability. 2 medium routes. He's a bit of a raw player. But he's young, kind of. Right, here we are going against Cleveland. Fireworks popping off for a game that, honestly, I don't know how many people are actually hyped for. And he's already throwing the clipboard down. Got people throwing clipboards down before the game's even on. Come on now. Relax. Quarterback looks to be Drew Lock. Can't tell. Is that Drew Lock? I think it was Drew Lock. Yeah, it looks like Drew Lock. Parham was not going to be able to spin that quickly. Who the hell is that? Number 33, is that Dalvin Cook? Oh, Lord, that hit was not fun. I think if this team wants any sort of success on defense, I think it's going to have to come down to blitzing. And, oh, my Lord. Tell just got burned off the line by Corey Davis. All right, Kellen Mond, let's see the screen pass on the first try. They're ready for it. Damn it. If he didn't have to spin for it, he would have been gone. I didn't think it was the worst play call on first down. Got Bush maybe deep. I don't know if any of these quarterbacks could hit a throw like that, though. We'll test it. And that's going to almost be intercepted. He jumped in front of it somehow. Inside, the tight end can get the first for us there. And then, of course, the out route to Johnson is not going to get open, though. And that's going to be intercepted, hit as he's thrown. And I kind of wish they would have taken it back. It's going to be a fumble. It's not going to matter, though. I'm pretty sure that's not how that works, right? Like, it still has to go for the first down. I mean, it's booth review anyway. It's probably going to be their ball. But if you fumble in that situation, they do have to get the... We have to actually recover and get the first, no? Oh, well, doesn't matter. They score a touchdown. Play action look. Thought maybe we can get some help. We do not, and oh my Lord. And it's picked off. Oh my, he's dead. I simmed on accident too many times, and he freaking threw a pick. Oh my Lord, this is not good. Underneath, you have Bush burning. Bush is going to have a... If anyone's going to have even an average to massive season, that's going to be the one. Also, like I said, maybe it was a fumble, actually. Maybe it wasn't a pick. Parham. That's a bit of a shot, and he drops it. Perfect throw. Only have 1 read option in the playbook, but that is all I need to make a mistake. Uh-oh. Kellen, nice, nice take. Not an easy hit to take, right? Right, Ross. It's going to come down to Bush, the running backs. I just don't see the traditional ways of getting first downs working as Parham gets a first down in the traditional way, and it worked. Man, this is tough. This is really tough. Inside's going to be a perfect throw to Colin Johnson, the 6'6" wide receiver. No matter who starts. Parham on the inside. A little behind him because of the under pressure, but he gets it there, and the drive continues. Nice way to bounce back here. Gotta like it from Kellen. And that is miles past. I don't know who they have as their pass rusher, though. Throw it. Damn it, man. Screen pass on third down. Once again, we're going to have a lot of screen passes and runs this season. Off the back foot. It works, though, and Ross showing the speed and the elusiveness to get to the 2-yard line. Going with the quick pass. Get the fake in there, and intercepted. Oh, Lord. Bad decision. Baker all over that one. Defense actually makes a stop. We do get the ball back, but we are down a massive amount of points. Mond still in at quarterback. And unfortunately, we get beat somehow there. Once again, I think almost every throw has been behind our guys. Gonna float that up, and Ross, the screen master. Really not a great juke move there by us, but, turns it into something. And there goes Ross. Once again, he's going to dead inside. Now we're going to take Colby Parkinson. Inaccurate, but in a good way. Got to give him credit for that. Gains 10. It was inaccurate, but it was a lead up field inaccurate. Parham is wide, and he could score all the way down to the 6. The big fella. Inside, run with Ross, and he rolls into the end zone. No touchdown, though. Now they got A.J. Dillon in. The big fella. See if he can run a guy over. Does not need to. Kind of feel bad for Ross, but it be what it be. Right before the third is over, Dinucci comes into the game. 2nd and 4. Ross on the inside. Going to gain about 2. And the big fella's going to truck right through a guy and easily get the first. We're going to test Dinucci's throwing here. Kind of early. Inside Parham. A little underthrown. No throw power on that one, but he gets it there. 14-yarder. Wheel route to Parham. Let's see if we can even get enough blocks. Parham is wide again. He's going to fight forward to the 14. Hurry up again. We go for the corner route to Johnson. I don't even know how well he's going to run it, though. Never mind. We're going to go to Bush, who gets a gain of about 6 or 7. And obviously a little under pressure. Almost picked. Parham could be the outside look. Johnson over the middle. Know the situation, and oh, that was close. What a throw. Safe one. We'll take the points. Right, start of the third, pretty much. Dinucci, of course, starting. A little underthrown. Johnson's going to fight forward for 9. 2nd and 1, run the ball up the middle. Nice little block set. Can't get much more. Hurry up to the line. Ross has not played badly at all. Go for the deep shot. He's got him! Dinucci with the best throw of preseason. 5 for 7, 82 yards. And they're, a lot of their starters are in. That's a rough one, and somehow intercept. I'm not even going to blame Dinucci. That's a linebacker. Okay. All right, from our own 13-yard line, they can't score, so defense has been really impressive. I mean, so far, there's really not much to say. All the receivers outside of Bush and Parham look pretty much average. The quarterbacks. Oh, he gets a swat. We should have floated that thing. What a play. That would have been easily a first down. All of the quarterbacks look kind of bad, although Dinucci does look the best so far. Not by much, but enough. I think he takes the leads right now. I mean, obviously, King still has to play against, the lesser string guys like some of the other guys got to. I don't know if there's a lot to work with. And, once again, I just think Bush is easily the best. Parham's really good as a tight end. O-line, obviously, I mean, there's not really much of an option there. Maybe the center, left guard moves around. And then Dinucci, projected starter. Keep our eye on guys, and that is just not good. However, Dillon barely slips past the DT and runs over a guy and gets it all the way to the 46. I think he's good enough to be the starter. Dillon, there you go. Gains 2. Not much, but O-line hasn't given any of the running backs much of a shot. We also have Allison in. More different wide receivers. Got to give it to Humphrey, though. He's had a couple of decent catches, decent plays. See what he can do. He's wide open. I don't know what that was. Bad throw. But, I mean, it works. It's the main goal. The mango. Inside, and it's a good throw to Scott. Dinucci's impressed. Comparatively around the league, it's probably disgustingly bad. And look at the throw, and dropped by Callaway, who once again, he himself has looked pretty good, but a couple of drops here now, hurting his value. And that is amazing by Callaway. Absolutely stunning by the corner. Completely burned, chasing his guy behind, and somehow stops and reacts to that. Dinucci is clear-cut been the best so far of all the quarterbacks. It's not even close. We're going to trust this inside, and Parkinson for the touchdown. Hell, this team could actually maybe even come back and win this thing. Fortunately, defense didn't share that will to win. This is a tough decision here. I think you give it to the running back. Corey Clement, wide open, cuts it back inside smartly. Gains about, almost 20 yards. Gonna hurt it to the line of scrimmage, change the play. Inside and slightly behind him, unfortunately. Of course, King knows he's operating at a loss. I think right now, as long as King doesn't throw a couple of picks, he's slightly ahead of Mond, but well behind. Oh, look at this. And he's wide open. What a throw under pressure. Corey Clement down to the 25. I think King knows he's behind Dinucci. I think they all know they're behind Dinucci. Is that cameraman reloading his camera like it's a gun? What the hell's going on? And what a throw and what a catch. Of course, a little short ran by Bush, but he sat down in there, made a good play. Parkinson down the middle could be the guy. And he is the guy, and that is a masterclass drive. I will say for King, once again, going against the third stringers most likely for most of the spots. But also, Corey Clement did just burn, and the offensive line played perfectly there. Here, this is a huge one. I'm going to be honest. If King is able to bring this back to a tied game, his stock is right next to him. I mean, they're close at that point. There's really not much more you could say about it. They're very close if he does come back on this game. I mean, there's really no one there, and that's under pressure. Terrible decision by us, obviously. It's tough. It's so hard to evaluate because, honestly, in that situation, they're really... What the hell is this? Game over? It is. But it's very hard to evaluate there because the offensive line was piss poor. The receivers were even worse. The guy we were throwing to, we had a pre-play prediction that he would get open. He wasn't even open. I mean, it just wasn't great. As far as poorly thrown balls in that game, Mond probably led the game with them. Dinucci was the most accurate, and then King, outside of that pick, pretty accurate himself. So I would say, like I said, if we're going to go off of points this time, 35 to Dinucci, 32 to King, and then the rest go to Mond. So the final game, Dinucci is going to start, King at number 2, and then Mond at 3, as that will be the likely projection for week 1 of the regular season, which, once again, if we hit 750 likes on this video before tomorrow, we will do 3 picks from Mond. Dinucci had a pick, wasn't his fault. King had a pick, wasn't his fault. So, of course, it's getting close, but I think Mond has really hurt himself with that performance, and Dinucci, obviously, rising very high up there. Ross, I think no matter what he does, unless Dylan gets hurt or just plays absolutely poorly in this final game, probably still will be the backup once again. There's no real guy on this team besides Dylan that can really tote the rock, 20 times a game if need be. So unless we can find someone in free agency, I think that's just going to be like a default at this rate. No picks for us, and we made more kicks than Lambo. Wow. Had a chance there. I would have been sick to go to OT. But here we are with the final game of preseason. Got a couple upgrades. We'll wait till next week, so we have practice as well. 0-3 in preseason. Who would have thought? We also have to cut 4 players. So I'm going to be honest, Jake Dolagala, he just never had a chance. It just wasn't really a spot on the team for him anyways. Lucas Dennis didn't really get a chance, but it just doesn't make sense. Unfortunately for P. Ryan, it's just not a spot on the roster. And then, honestly, you might have to go deep for this one because, Humphrey doesn't deserve to be cut. He really doesn't. And, honestly, could convert to tight end at some point. The guy had injury problems. Yeah, he didn't really play well. He's 25, needs a contract probably. We're going to let Dino Boyd go. So, there we are with the cuts for preseason. We know the roster pretty much. We just don't know who's going to start. All right, Dinucci under center. Well, not under center at all, but hit as he's thrown. Not really his fault. Once again, we do have a very slow roster. That's kind of the point. Parham, and that's going to be a fumble by Dinucci. That's going to be picked up and somehow not scored. Interesting. Go to the run because obviously the pass game has struggled mightily. I'm not going to blame Dinucci on not knowing where to go because there really wasn't, oh wow, there really wasn't anywhere to go, but got to hold on to the ball. Can't turn the ball over. It's going to drop him down a little notch, a little sliver, not much, but in, a little bit. And over the middle, Corey Clement has been brutally crucial on those routes. For the running backs is kind of open. Ross wide open on the outside, and here you go. Surprisingly, though, even though Ross is faster, he feels slower than Corey Clement. I don't know what to tell you. Acceleration, maybe? He's going to have to just throw this up. Under pressure, bad throw, but no one open. Like I said, Bush is going to have a big season with us, assuming he stays healthy. That's just a bad read. It's a bad read, not his fault. Saw Bush on the inside. I thought the guy was going to come underneath for the drag that was coming around, but he just did not care. He just went. Parham could be a quick look. He's not, and that is a dime by Dinucci, and what is Doss doing? He goes for the one-hander. Of course, here's a test for the kicker. We didn't bring anyone in because I feel like we're set. Uh-oh, that's not good. And that is going to slightly miss. Of course, as per usual with this defense, we get smoked down the field. Let's give Allison a chance, who's obviously the other guy that I would say is built to potentially run, 20 times a game. A big fella. Obviously gets a great set of blocks inside. We're going to run it again, just get that first down. And Allison really can't find the hole as well. A little big, but obviously less agile than Dylan. But maybe has better power. It doesn't really matter about the speed there. Gonna go with the play action look if we really had the time to throw a play action pass. That's a tough one. It's overthrown, but Bush adjusts to it. It's a good enough throw, is it? Oh, it's King. Dinucci. Oh, Lord. Uh-oh. We're going to put Dinucci in after this, but King with a dime. I was about to say with that throw from Dinucci, I was like, oh, that could solidify it. To the outside and slightly underthrown again. I mean, it's not Callaway's fault because he's not the slowest guy in the world, but even if he was, that really shouldn't be the reason to underthrow a guy. To the outside, Humphrey. There you go. Perfect throw to the 82 speed man. What a route. What a route. King to the left side. I mean, it's not him. It's the man Allison, and he just gets perfect blocks. I don't know if this is just a worse run block shedding team, but I mean, there's just no one there. We're going to hand this off because King's going to come out. And Allison, oh, that's a terrible block attempt. Really good, stiff arm. Allison out of nowhere is just, I don't know what to tell you because it's not him, but at the same time, I can't explain it. We haven't really run with the other guys in fairness, so maybe we'll see. And he gets he has the put the ball out in front of him ability. That's got some value. A.J. Dillon now on the play. Interesting position there for him to be in. Parkinson is wide open. And he's going to take it to the 50. This has been a battle. That throw by King was, like I said, if that was Dinucci, I think, unless he throws 2 or 3 picks, I think he locked it up. But the throw is by King. This is a close battle. Then there's a good chance that Mond is not going to start, though. And there's nowhere to go. Just going to have to chuck this one up. And that is somehow intercepted. Oh, my. We're not going to blame Dinucci at all. We're going to act like it never happened. Let's test a proper deep ball. That's a pretty decent throw. And Bush can't hold on. Of course, they kind of got a hand on it. Decent throw, but more importantly, how in the hell did he catch up? I thought that was just going to be a bomb for an easy score. To the outside, testing the throw power. Dinucci gets it there. Bush on the inside, perfect slant look. This could be a big play. And it is a big play, but it's dropped by Bush, and unfortunately you do have to punt that. Right, A.J. Dillon starting out with a run of 7 yards. Dinucci's still in, because honestly, I want to see more. I can't tell. I can't tell. Mond may get something in the 7th, but this could just be the QB battle between the two. Mond really sucked in the last game. It really was just the decider, I think. And Allison, once again, dude, I don't know what it is, but this man, they just like to block for him. I don't know if there's anything to it. It's just getting completely lucky, but, I mean, do we have to pay attention to that? And that is an amazing catch by Parkinson. Once again, the tight ends have actually been very, very solid. So I can't, very happy with that room. Over the middle, Parkinson. Hopefully he doesn't forget his route. Oh, well overthrown that. It's going to be a little notch. I'm going to be honest. I'm going off the top of the head here, but that's going to be a notch. I'm going to be remembering that one. The outside. It's going to be a tough throw. Not really. A perfect adjustment by Scott. A little inaccurate, as you would expect from these guys, but he gets it there. That's what matters. And that's late by us. Thankfully, it wasn't picked. Had the A route potentially. I think we got to just take what we can get instead of waiting for, whatever deeper route. We got to take what we can get as long as it's decently, I don't want to just take the short throws only, but good job by Dinucci to step out of the pocket. Get a clean look to throw. Let's see. How close is this battle going to get? Dinucci going to be able to score here. Hit as he's thrown again. Oh my lord. Please. Thank God we got a guy like Dylan and Allison to be in on most plays to block. Parkinson off the line. Impressive. As he's thrown, but a really good throw, and Bush will score. What a play. That was impressive. That was okay. This is tough, dude. This is tough. All right, King, you're going to have to, I don't know what you're going to have to do to beat the Dinucci, but it's going to have to be something. Parkinson wide open. Of course, a throw that Dinucci missed very, very poorly earlier. Play action look. I don't know if we're going to have time. To the outside. That is a bullet and a half. Really good throw in the out. Looking pretty good so far. Going to throw it quick to Dylan, who's going to have a chance to stiff arm and rolls in for the first. Inches. That's a scam. Who would expect Ross? We're going to go with the slant just because, we're going to pretend like this is like a heavy set. Got to get the quick throw in there, and it's a little deep. That's not a good throw, but it's surprisingly has the velocity to get there. Callaway, here we go with the play action. Not an easy look. Yeah, we could have went to the running back, but the look on that one is usually going to go to the wide receiver, so I'm testing it in that sense. Got could have a shot deep. I like the slant. Wide open, and that's going to score. Bush is, once again, the real winner here is Bush, because he is obviously... He's going to have a big season, simply put. But under pressure, perfect throw on the inside. Boys, this is a tough QB competition. I'm going to be honest with you. I do not know what to tell you. Callaway on the outside. Can he win the streak look? Oh, no one wins anything. And he's going to take the sack. Maybe would have liked to see us run there, but, that's kind of on us. Trying to test the throwing because obviously we know King's going to be the best runner. Mond close second. Halfback angle, they kind of have Bush looked at, but they don't have Callaway. Callaway could burn. Dylan's not really open, but it's a perfect throw, allowing him to truck a guy as well down to the 43 right now. As it stands, I think King may have stolen it back. I mean, those are some really good throws. Inside, it's a perfectly led ball. Boys, this is a tough one. It's good run the ball with Dylan. Give him a chance. Once again, we didn't want Dylan to play that much this game, but here he is. Getting a lot of action. Hasn't really touched the ball too much, but can't believe King actually, unless something crazy bad happens, a couple of really bad throws or something, King stole it back. He actually did it. Under pressure, and that is a very bad miss. Once again, a little bit of pressure there, but ultimately set the feet. You have the look. A lot of, traffic on that one, but that's a makeable ball. King can't outrun him. That is shocking. That guy, I guess to be fair, he is pretty athletic if I can remember, but really, that's the guy that gets him. That's a little surprising. Colby slightly underthrown, and Parkinson kind of saves him a little bit on that one. Obviously, we're in a situation now where we pretty much have to go for it. Is that a linebacker in? It's a lineman. Somebody is there, and I don't like it. Callaway to the back of the end zone. That's a tough throw and almost intercepted. Slightly overthrown. It is a 5-foot. How short is Bush again? He's kind of short. A shorter guy. Still would have liked to see a little bit more to the left and down. Tough throw, but not easy. Screen pass to Dylan. And wow, what a swat there. Under pressure again. Throw I'd like to see him make, though. Throw inside, and that's going to be intercepted. Not his fault in the slightest. There's a flag. Oh, what a tackle by King. Rips him down. There's a flag. It's likely going to be holding on us, though. Yeah, I don't even think anyone... I don't think anyone on this team has the freaking throw power for that. Got to give it up to Bush for going for that thing. Perfect throw. Quick throw. And Dylan showing off a little bit of speed on that one. Gets away. Not bad at all. The thing that sucks about all these quarterbacks is I don't think we can get any, like, proper deep shot with this team. King going to try to take off, and not a good play, and he does fumble. It's not a... I don't like seeing that. I don't like it from Dinucci. I don't like it from King. Got to give it to Mond on that aspect. He seems to be the most secure with the ball. If King can do that... Oh, Lord, that's a tough task, but if King can do it... I think you have to... Oh, my God. That was terrible. Underthrown. Under pressure. God, who is it? Who is it? I mean, we're going to end the game with that. I don't know. I really don't. Things started to slip away with King a little bit when they started backing up. Obviously, we were going for the bigger plays because of, the clock. I don't know, dude. This is too close to call it a Tebow. This is tough. This is going to be almost a game time decision on this one. Going to probably prep all three to be the starter, which is going to be tough on everyone, but there is no clear cut. I mean, Mond unlikely to be the starter, but, King, Dinucci, this is so tough. Allison was really good in that game, too. Obviously, a lot of really good blocks, but Allison was amazing. Wow, really good camera work there. Looking at the winner of the game, their yards weren't great. Defense just, takeaways didn't help, but yeah, defense was very interesting there. King with 2 picks. None were his fault. I don't think... No, the second one might have been his fault. No, the second one was his fault. The first one, I don't think was his fault. I think Parkinson, I think we might have accidentally aggroed. I mean, both played kind of badly, right? Like, Dinucci didn't have the second pick, but his accuracy was worse. And, of course, more importantly, King did have a couple of tougher throws. His shots downfield were better by a little bit than Dinucci. I feel like Dinucci made the easier throw more often, though. I don't know, dude. I really do not know at all. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. This is not easy. Bush, obviously, that's the one guy I believe in. This is the one guy I believe in. Automatically the main target for the season. Wow, this is a tough one. And, of course, week 1 against the Niners. Of course, it doesn't mean this, the same as it normally would. But the Niners, you got to imagine they're still going to be good because they're just that franchise, so they're probably drafted like absolute manimals. Next week, of course, next video, this week, week 1, we'll have the projected starters locked in. We'll know the answer to the age-old question of who is going to get benched first at quarterback. Let's be honest, I don't think anyone's going to be starting all 16 games. I just don't see that happening, so week 1 starter announced next video. Regardless, thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I actually had a lot of fun testing these players out. I will say one thing for sure, we are screwed. Hopefully you can win a couple of games this year. If not, yikes. Maybe none of these quarterbacks matter. Maybe none of these guys will see another season here. I don't know. Regardless, thanks for watching. Of course, if you want to see this episode, next episode, literally tomorrow, leave a like. If we can get 750 likes, that would mean a ton, and that would be, us playing tomorrow. Regardless, thanks for watching. Hope you guys come back for next video. But until next video,